This is TWiT.
Top story, Mobile World Congress, big show every year. Barcelona, Spain. It's the place all the phone companies go to show off their new phones, except no one was going to go. And so the GSMA, the GSM Association, which puts this show on every year, has announced we're going to cancel the show. We're going to
Oh my gosh, it's cancel culture. No, I'm kidding.
Cancel culture.
It's Mobile World Congress. Well, I'm excited because, you know, I was looking forward to not having my computer and my wallet stolen in Barcelona.
Have you ever had your computer wallet stolen in Barcelona?
I have not, but my colleagues have multiple times. Yeah. It's just a thing that happens. I've just been lucky. But
were you going to go?
No, I was not. I don't like Mobile World Congress, and it's not as IoT-ish.
I think that
I never had a problem with it. Even though it's Mobile World and it's supposedly all about phones, it just seemed like another extension of CES to me.
It got bigger than CES. Remember about probably I shouldn't say bigger, but 7 years ago or so, maybe even 8 years now, all of a sudden it moved from being a phone show to being like I have something connected to the internet.
Yeah.
And Facebook showed up. Everyone was there.
Lots of stuff there.
Well, not this time. So
can you imagine just the losses.
The losses to hotels and restaurants in Barcelona, and of course, people have already started canceling hotel rooms. They'll probably lose some of their, deposits. So there'll be some
airline cancellations.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And all of this because of the novel coronavirus, now known as COVID-19,
or as Carsten says,
Cove fever.
Cove fever. I got a fever. It's just kind of a shock. I also think it's kind of a bellwether for the future of conferences. We don't really need conferences.
See, this was interesting. I was looking at what was happening when we prevent people from traveling and we interfere with the free range of goods. The economy slows down by quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this.
World trade is good for a lot of things. It's good for the economy. It's good for peace
and understanding. And seeing people in other cultures. I mean, that's the one problem. I get the ecological argument against flying, but now more than ever, we have to have connections with people in other lands.
Well, the internet has made that pretty much useless. So futile. So I suspect that we're going to see a lot of conferences kind of go by the wayside. Everybody agrees, though, the only reason to go to a conference these days is to see people, to talk to colleagues.
And who wants to do that?
Yeah, but I guess there's still that small group of people that go there for the sales opportunities, too, the networking side of it.
They're not small. That's a huge, CES, that's who's there. That's what that show's about.
But I think that's why CES continues when Comdex and other trade shows have gone, CeBIT, which is even bigger than Comdex.
Yeah, I remember CeBIT.
Gone because, but CES persists. I'm not sure. Comdex was a dealer's expo, but it was too narrow.
Comdex
maybe
was tied to PCs.
Yeah, it was too narrow a field, as was CeBIT. So maybe, so that's what's. I mean, honestly, without CES, I think a lot of stuff wouldn't get made because that's where you go with your prototype, your early product. You talk to dealers, you get a sense of whether they'd be interested in selling it. Dealers make orders of stuff. It's important for commerce. So
we people are just irritants to the blood flow.
Yeah, the journalists,
of commerce.
Well, but the journalists have to come too.
Can I see that?
Yeah, the journalists are important too, I think. I don't know. Would you? I feel like we don't need to go to trade shows. Would you? Do you still want to go to CES next year, Dan?
I love it. It's a lot of work.
You
but
really
I
had
absolutely
fun.
love it.
Yeah.
It's horribly efficient. I mean, going to Hanover Messe yes, because you get to see in one place, you can assimilate what people, there's a value because it costs money to go to these things. So you can't just call someone up and be like, I just launched a product. It's really random but cool. So these people have paid money to get here. You can see it all at once. So you can spot trends. You can compare and contrast. I think it's hugely valuable and hugely efficient.
Yeah.
Just a devil's advocate. Can't you get all that out of the press releases at home?
No, have you read a press release lately?
But also, again, the whole networking side of it, being able to look at those PR people eye to eye and get a feel for, okay, I want to deal with this person going forward because, we're content creators.
Right.
And it's nice to have a good relationship so we can continue to create great content.